What's going on, you big beautiful bastards? Welcome back to another career sim, and today we finally move over to the other side of the ball. We have the man that in many's eyes is the greatest defensive player of all time, and he probably is the greatest defensive player of all time, just with like an added spice of cocaine. Speaking of the cocaine use, there was no option for like did 7 lines in the pregame, so I just turned on high motor because I'm assuming if you're on coke, you gotta have a high motor, right? You're gotta be like tweaking off your rocker. As of right now, he's an 80 overall right outside linebacker. Kind of funny, so is Will Anderson. Will Anderson's currently the projected number 2 pick, where Lawrence was actually drafted in real life, whereas Lawrence is the projected number 5 pick. Getting into the draft, the Texans do have the number 2 pick, so as long as, okay, Lawrence Taylor didn't go first. See right there, Will Anderson did. Thank God. That was actually really close. And they're going to take a quarterback. Is he not going to get drafted? Hello? He's slipping. He was the projected 5th overall pick. Where? Oh my God, he goes to Buffalo. Wait, that's actually so sick because he's going to get to team up with Von Miller. Technically, him and Von Miller play the same position, I think. Actually, Von Miller might be left. I'm not entirely positive of that, but Lawrence Taylor's Buffalo Bill. All him going to the Bills means, though, is we're not seeing a Super Bowl this video. They're not going to win it. It's Buffalo. We'll lose 4 in a row before we win one. This is actually a good team, too. Like, this is a very fun team to go to with Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs. Like, look at the ranks already. They were already the number 1 defense. Why not add a future Hall of Famer and the best defensive player of all time? So don't ask me how, but he already has his X factor. This is also the first time we're really getting to look at the defensive side of the ball before going into a season. This Bills defense is still basically looking the same. You still got Greg, you still got Ed Oliver, you still got Vaughn, Trey White, then you got Micah Hyde up here. The only difference I see is that Jordan Poyer's gone for some reason. Send him to the playoffs. He's honestly probably going to make it in year 1 because this offense is stacked, let alone the defense now has 3 X factors. The defensive sims too, I figured out a way to do it, whereas with offense we jump in game winning situations. For the defensive players, we're going to jump in game clinching situations where there's like, it's a close game, they're up by a touchdown, a field goal or something, the other team has the ball, and Lawrence Taylor has a chance to ice out the game and force a fumble, get a strip sack, and there you have it. Year 1, they make the playoffs going 10-7, and that's second in the division behind the Jets. Okay, and they play Joe Burr and the Bengals. Holy Josh, what the hell? So Lawrence Taylor actually finishes this season with only half a sack and barely getting to play. I think that probably has something to do with, you know, this guy Von Miller who had 27 sacks. Not even in the conversation for Defensive Rookie of the Year. I'm going to end up changing the defensive scheme because they clearly don't run a 3-4. I don't know what defense Buffalo runs. Maybe they run a 4-3. There you go. I'm going to switch them to a base 3-4 and have them run that defense. Oh, this game's over. GG, 34-22. They win. I doubt Lawrence really even played this game, but we'll have to check the stats and find out. Lawrence Taylor finishes his first career playoff game with 2 tackles and 1 TFL, and now they play the New York Jets. So, like, did the Jets actually get Aaron Rodgers in this? Is that why they're so good, or is Zach Wilson just a dog? It's Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson's a dog. Here we go. Josh Allen threw a very late interception, only up 5, so now the game is rather close. Okay, so Lawrence Taylor is still number 56. He's actually not in the game right now. Okay, just leave Breece Hall wide open like that. Yeah, that's a great idea. 4th and 3, biggest play of the game. There's no time to get Lawrence onto the field because it's no huddle, and Vaughn sprints around the edge. Defense got to make a play, and Matt Milano gets the pick, and they're going on to the AFC Championship game. Lawrence Taylor finishes the game with 1 tackle. He also had a sack, though, which is a big deal. Funny enough, you get the big AFC matchup of Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes. About 4 minutes left in the game. The game is tied. A chance to jump in. Let's see if Lawrence is actually on the field this time, and he's not. They're still running a 4-3, and he's not playing. There he is. Down there on the bottom, you can see him. Look at those beefy shoulders. You can tell it's him. He hands it off. Oh, he runs play action. Lawrence! Yeah, bro, that's crazy. The first play we see him in, he's in there for half a sack. Defense got Josh the ball back with 2 minutes left, and Josh went 3 and out. So now the defense is back on. Let's see what happens. Lawrence Taylor's on top of the line right now. You can see him on the top. Oh, he's running around the outside. Get him. He was so close. He lays the hit on Mahomes, but he completes it to Kelsey for the first. He was that close. Handing it off to Pacheco again, and Pacheco's going to get him into field goal range, and it's almost looking like the Chiefs are going to send us home. We ice the kicker, though. He's lined up for the field goal. I don't have a good feeling about him missing this. The kick is up, and the kick kick is good, and the Chiefs are going on to the Super Bowl while Lawrence Taylor and the Bills go home. He definitely played a little more in this game as he had 3 tackles, 2 TFLs, and half a sack, which we did get to see. And Super Bowl 58 is actually a Chiefs and Eagles rematch. Who would have thought? Sadly for Greg, I'm bumping him down, and Lawrence Taylor is now the rush left end, just so that he plays more. Going into his sophomore season, Lawrence is up to an 84, Vaughn's still here at a 90, Trey White's still here, Johnson's still here, Kyrie Elam's getting better, Greg is still around. Poor Greg just got screwed though. So I actually moved Greg into the rush D tackle position just so they can't put him back in over Lawrence, hopefully. And we'll see what Lawrence does this year. I keep calling him Lawrence instead of just saying Taylor because I don't know, Lawrence just sounds better, I guess. Lawrence just is a name I think more synonymous with him than if I said Taylor. Or I could just say LT. I don't even think about that because in my head, I didn't see Lawrence Taylor play. LT's LaDainian Tomlinson in my head. This will be one of those interesting ones too, because just like Tony G, where he retired after 13 seasons, Lawrence Taylor might do a very similar thing because, again, it's not a position like quarterback where you're protected from injuries and all this stuff. Technically, injuries aren't on, so I guess he's protected from injuries. Okay, the Bills are the 1 seed at 14-3. They get a week off, basically, in the wild card round. Let's see how Lawrence's numbers improved, having him be a primary starter on the team. I think the team subbed Greg back in because he had 18 sacks to Lawrence's 1.5. I might have to change some things around in my settings now to make sure that the CPU doesn't change that. Yeah, the CPU's losing permission to change the rosters because they did. They subbed Greg back in as a start rush left end. I think I got the issue fixed. They're playing the Jets again in the divisional round, and now watch, they're going to win this and play the Chiefs again in the championship round. And the game is over. They ended up winning by 7. They basically had a 14-point lead, and then the Jets scored. The Bills got the ball back and just ran the clock out. Lawrence Taylor once again ends up finishing the game with 3 total tackles and half a sack. Now that he's the starter, though, those numbers should start to inflate. I lied. It's not the Chiefs. It's actually the Bengals. Joe Shiesty's here. It is a 21-point game halfway through the 4th right now. They're going on to the Super Bowl. The defense actually played amazing. It was 28-7 majority of the game. Lawrence Taylor didn't make a single tackle, TFL, or sack. Okay, that makes sense. In a weird turn of events, they're playing a bird in the Super Bowl, but not the bird you'd expect. It's actually the Falcons. Yeah, okay, Ryan Tannehill's in the Super Bowl. That makes sense. He won MVP in one of these I did before. Why is Ryan Tannehill a dog? The Falcons have been moving the ball downfield. It's a 1-point lead for Buffalo. It is a 1st and 10 from the Bills 29 with a chance for Lawrence Taylor to end this game. Okay, so Lawrence, there he is. He's on the top of the screen. He is in. Okay, maybe he was just tired that last play. He's been in for a minute now. He gets the X Factor right off the edge. He had a free run at Tannehill, but he got the ball out to the running back. That was picked off. I was in the middle of looking up whose leg Lawrence Taylor broke. It was Joe Theismann. Yeah, he was coming through right there. The ball gets thrown, it gets tipped up, and the DB just takes it away. They might win a Super Bowl off of that. There's 36 seconds left. Up 1. They have a chance to end this game after the Bills couldn't ice it out following the interception. Lawrence Taylor's again lined up on the top of the line because he's a left outside linebacker in this as of right now. Great play to Kyle Pitts. This is a heavy front. They have 6 guys on the D-line. Oh, Lawrence off the edge. He was unblocked, and you guys just left Drake London wide open to oh my God, the defense just sold. Oh my God, from the 11, here we go. We're jumping in to see this play from Josh. Josh comes out in the shotgun. Play action for some reason. Over the middle, he's wide open. He caught it. Oh my God, that they're gonna win. Is that Cole Beasley? Oh, it's Khalil Shakir. Okay. The Buffalo Bills have finally won a Super Bowl. What a crazy life. Lawrence Taylor is also now one-time Super Bowl champion. Obviously, probably not the Super Bowl MVP. I don't know though. I didn't see how he did. He came off the edge unblocked twice in the little bit we watched, and I just skipped through the celebration. Oh well. Lawrence Taylor finishes the Super Bowl with 7 tackles, 2 TFLs, and 3 sacks. He actually might have won Super Bowl MVP. And there you have it. Buffalo Bills, one-time Super Bowl champs, and Josh Allen actually won the MVP, but Lawrence Taylor had 3 sacks in the Super Bowl. He had to have been second behind Josh, but Josh won the game for him technically. He's an 86 going into his 3rd year. Vaughn and Trey White both lost their X Factors. Ed Oliver's still here. Greg's gone. Oh, that's a little strange. Okay, I guess Lawrence Taylor taking his spot made Greg want to leave. I don't even care. Greg leaving kind of benefits me because now I don't have to worry about them subbing Lawrence out. It's a division rival every year. year in the first round, or whoever they play first. They end up playing the Patriots, though, this time for the first time, who ended up winning the division. I wonder if that means they finally are done with Mac Jones. Lawrence definitely improved a lot this year with a lot more sacks. He had 9 sacks this season. Still nothing like special. Definitely not Defensive Player of the Year, as even Von Miller had more sacks than him, but he did have 83 total tackles. Mac Jones won MVP, so when I was trying to make fun of the Patriots for having him, I was wrong. He's apparently just the best in the league. I didn't even think about it. They're playing the NFL MVP right now, basically, because they're playing Mac Jones, who's got the lead on him 14-6, but they just tied it and took the lead that quick. Okay, wow, what just happened? I should have jumped in there. Here we go. The offense made it all the way down the field just for the field goal to get blocked, so the game is still tied with 1:10 left, with the Patriots having a chance to take the lead. There's Lawrence Taylor, this time lined up on the bottom of the screen. They must have switched him and Vaughn. Vaughn's up top and he's down low now. Oh, he gets knocked down there, but Mac Jones throws the check down, which wasn't a great throw. They're lined up looking like they're gonna run it. Lawrence wasn't even in that play, but it's completely fine because they're going to force the punt and give the offense a chance to win the game and send the MVP home. Josh just got him into field goal range, and now they're going to kick a field goal, and they made it, and they won the game. They knocked off MVP Mac Jones. Lawrence Taylor finishes the game with a sack, 6 total tackles, no TFLs, though. The Raiders, that's new. As the offense is completely tearing them apart, it is 35-13. It looks like they're going on to a 3rd AFC Championship game in as many years. Lawrence Taylor finishes the game with half a sack. Von Miller had one. Ed Oliver also had one. And now the Colts in the AFC Championship game. This is a very interesting looking playoff bracket. Kelly Ringo's an absolute dog. Good to see. Love to see it. With 1:15 on the clock in the AFC Championship game, the Bills are up 3, and the Colts have no timeouts, and there's now a chance to jump in and watch Lawrence Taylor, who's currently on the bottom of your screen. He is now in the right position where he's lining up on the right side. You see him down there, runs right past the tight end, right around him, and Lawrence Taylor gets the sack. Lawrence Taylor going around the outside again, and he's under pressure. What a throw, and it's incomplete. That's it. The Bills are going back to a 2nd Super Bowl. Defensively, you see the duo of Von Miller and Lawrence Taylor went crazy, as Von Miller had 3 sacks and Lawrence Taylor had 1.5. A Super Bowl matchup that makes a little more sense than the Falcons this time, as they will play the 49ers, with their best player being Nick Bosa, of course. He hasn't left for Seattle yet, like he always does. The offense tied the game, and now we have a chance to watch the defense play again in an even bigger situation. They end up handing it off to McCaffrey again, and McCaffrey's going. Oh my God, tackle him. McCaffrey gets them all the way out past midfield. McCaffrey made basically the biggest play of the game there, and now they only need a couple more yards to be in field goal range, so the defense has to play good here. Oh my God, I think Lawrence Taylor actually just hit-sticked him and caused that. Look at this. He just comes barreling in and lays McCaffrey the hell out, and they force the fumble and get the ball back, so now they give Josh a chance to take the lead. I just had to waste one of their timeouts. Sorry, Josh. Josh couldn't score. They end up having to punt, and that means the defense comes back out with Lawrence having another chance to make a big play. Why not? Here he goes. Oh, he gets chipped by McCaffrey. Lawrence Taylor gets stuffed, but Tremaine Edmonds again makes a big play tackling McCaffrey. Lawrence Taylor's on the bottom of the line. He gets stood up. Is that who is standing him up right now? He is getting bullied. And there's Kittle. Kittle gets them into field goal range, basically, and now it's just going to be a run. They really need to force a fumble or some kind of turnover here. 6 seconds left. They use the timeout. They're going to line up for the field goal. This could potentially decide the Super Bowl. It most likely will. Buffalo takes the timeout. The kick is iced, but I really don't see him missing this one unless it gets blocked. And it's up, and it is good. In the Super Bowl, Lawrence ended up with half a sack, 1 TFL, and 6 total tackles. Not anything like last year's Super Bowl performance, and they end up taking the L. Going into his 4th season, he's actually up to a 90, and it is now his chance to be the premier pass rusher on this team, as Von Miller is left. Ed Oliver is still here, though. Tremaine Edmonds is still here. Trey White got his X Factor back. Offensively, it's still pretty much the same team. You got Allen Diggs. They added Lenny. They're steady staying at 2nd in the division, even though they've gone to back-to-back Super Bowls. The Dolphins won it this year, and that's who they play in the 1st round. Defensively, Lawrence takes a big jump as he has 15.5 sacks to Ed Oliver's 14 in 2nd. He also had 13 TFLs and 92 tackles in general. That could be in Defensive Player of the Year conversation. In the Defensive Player of the Year race, you have the usual suspects, Myles Garrett, Max Crosby, and Lawrence Taylor is actually 3rd, the closest he's come to winning the award. See if they can make it to a 3rd Super Bowl in a row this season, too. They've got a lot of work to do, though, as Miami, okay, never mind, they took the lead from Miami. 1:42 left in the game. The Bills are up 3. There's a chance for Lawrence to make make a big play. Oh my God, he could get a safety here. He's on the top of the line. I don't know who that quarterback is. It's obviously not Tua. And he hits. Who is that? And he fumbled. Trey Edmonds just absolutely killed him, and that's going to do it. They're going on to the divisional round no matter what at this point. It was Ben Blaylock. Defensively, Lawrence Taylor finishes the game with Buffalo's only sack, a TFL, and 5 total tackles. They've also made the divisional round every year, so it might be getting to the point where I skip wildcard games if it gets to that next year. And they play Vegas again in the same round they played them in last year. Okay, just under 2 minutes to go. They're up 7. Raiders with the ball. Lawrence Taylor's on the quarterback. He gets the sack. That's a big play. That's like the 3rd sack we've seen him get. They've also got 4 sacks this game. I wonder how many of them are him. And they run it on 3rd down. See what he can do here is he's lined up top again on a 4th down. He's going in. He's getting around the outside, but he gets stuffed on it. Throws it into triple coverage, and it's caught. It looks like they're only blitzing 3 here, and Lawrence Taylor's getting double teamed, and it's almost intercepted by Tremaine Edmonds. Lawrence, again, at the top of the line. He tries to go around, gets stuffed, and the pass is caught. Oh my God, that's twice on 4th down. He's going in. He gets the free rush almost around the tackle, and they fumble. Oh my God, Tremaine Edmonds recovers, and there he goes. He's going to go all the way and ice the game. Tremaine Edmonds just won us the game. Funny enough, both quarterbacks throw for 282. Just one throws 2 touchdowns. Max Crosby ends up with 3.5 sacks, and Lawrence Taylor has 2.5. But you know what? Lawrence Taylor got the win, and Max Crosby's going to sit on his couch. They've been to 4 straight AFC championship games. They've played someone different every time. And just like that, they're about to go to their 3rd straight Super Bowl as they won the AFC championship game 42-7. Josh Allen threw 384 and 5 touchdowns. Lawrence Taylor actually did nothing that game. Maybe he didn't play? I'm not sure what that's all about. Being in the Super Bowl for the 3rd straight year, they're also playing their 3rd opponent in as many years as they played the Dallas Cowboys in the Super Bowl. And it's looking like the Bills are about to become 2-time Super Bowl champs, and they are. They just won the Super Bowl 31-10. So now this defense with Trey White, Lawrence Taylor, and Tremaine Edmonds now all have 3 rings, and Ed Oliver, 2 rings, not 3. He's not up on the podium as Josh Allen is. I don't see him anywhere nearby. And there you have it. Josh Allen, Super Bowl MVP. The Bills are now 2-time Super Bowl champions. The team picked up Lawrence's 5th-year option. He's up to a 94. He's still a starter. Tremaine Edmonds is a 93. Trey White is still here at a 92, and Ed Oliver's up to a 90. Lawrence Taylor genuinely had 1 sack all season, yet 4 interceptions. Never in real life do I think Lawrence Taylor would have had more interceptions than sacks, but hey, it happens sometimes. I doubt he's Defensive Player of the Year, though. It's because, once again, the team decided to sub him out as rush left end, which still makes no sense to me, but we're going to sim the wildcard round because we've watched a lot of wildcard games already, and they lost. They ended up losing 28-23 to the LA Chargers. He did re-sign going into his 6th season. He's up to a 95. Trey White's an 88. Ed Oliver's an 87. They got away. Tremaine Edmonds is still here. They also got Taylor Rapp. This team's still really good. They're still probably going to make the playoffs, but I'm still going to simulate the wildcard game, even though that seems like bad luck because they've never won a wildcard game we simulated, even in other sims. They win the division this year going 10-7. They play the Bengals in the 1st round. Let's see what Lawrence Taylor did. Hopefully he didn't get subbed out because Madden won't let me make it so that auto sub isn't on for some reason. All right, Lawrence Taylor didn't get subbed out. He had 18.5 sacks, 0 interceptions. See, that makes more sense. He also had 12 TFLs to go with 70 tackles, so potentially Defensive Player of the Year season as he has his career high in sacks. Can we get the sweep? Josh Allen with MVP. Can we get Defensive Player of the Year? Lawrence Taylor, and he's 2nd. He's the runner-up. TJ Watt's 3rd, and Roquan Smith ended up winning it. Sim past the wild card round. If they lose this, I might just have to watch all the wild card games because clearly it's just bad luck to sim past it, and they really did lose it. Oh my God. There was not a single sack allowed in the game, but Lawrence Taylor had 5 tackles and 1 TFL. 7th season for Lawrence Taylor. He's up to a 98. Ed Oliver's a 92 now. Trey White's starting to regress a little bit. Oweh regressed. Tremaine Edmonds is still here. Taylor Rapp's still here. Kyrie Elam's still here. For the first time in his career, they missed the playoffs in year 7. That's kind of wild. The Jets and Dolphins both finish above them at 12-5 and 14-3. He didn't get subbed out again. He just kind of declined along with the rest of the team as he had 11.5 sacks, an interception, and Ed Oliver also had 11.5 sacks. Well, Stephon Diggs is gone. Josh is still here though, so hopefully Josh can carry us. Lawrence is finally up to a 99. Ed Oliver's finally gone. Trey White regressed. Okay, Trey White's not gone. Year 8's actually their worst year so far. They go 5-12, get last place in the division, and obviously don't make the playoffs. Lawrence Taylor, though, finishes with 12 sacks, 14 TFLs, and 18 total tackles. No interceptions this season. So since I haven't looked at his contract extension yet, I don't know. That could have been his last year in Buffalo. Next season could be, but he's probably going to be there when I go to the adjust lineup page to look at how he's doing. So like I said, he is still here. He's still a 99. Tremaine Edmonds is an 87. Clark is still here. We ended up losing at Oliver. We lost him last season, but Trey White's gone. And just like that, they're back, and they play a familiar face in the Las Vegas Raiders. They went 12-5 and won the division. Let's see how Lawrence did. Lawrence Taylor finishes the season with 11 sacks, 1 interception, 72 tackles, and 12 TFLs. He ends up 6th in the DPOY race as Lucas Van Ness actually wins it. Myles Garrett in 2nd, Max Crosby in 3rd. It's a snowy game in Buffalo, and actually they're gonna lose, so maybe it wasn't simming the game that was bad luck. It's just that they're not as good as they were a few years ago. Lawrence Taylor finishes the game with 1 sack and 2 tackles. Not his best game, but at least he had a sack, you know? So as it turns out, his extension he signed was actually a 5-year extension, so he's still got 1 more year on his contract going into year 10. This team isn't looking great as a lot of the key pieces on defensive left. Lawrence Taylor is still here at a 97. Kyrie Elam's now gone. Tremaine Edmonds is also gone, and if you go over to the offensive side of the ball, Josh Allen is gone, but Gabe Davis is back. This isn't going to be good. As I figured, it was pretty bad. They went 5-12 again and missed the playoffs in his 10th season, but it was also the last year on his contract, so maybe he'll be somewhere else next year. The team was honestly just bad as a whole. Lawrence only had 2 sacks, but 145 tackles. Oh, wow. He actually did leave. Yeah, okay, well, let's see where he went. What are the odds he ends up going to the Giants? That's awesome. I'll take it. I love it. Oh, he won the best linebacker in one of the seasons. I missed that. I keep forgetting that that's an option because best tight end wasn't, which still irritates me. So we now go over to the NFC for the first time in year 11, where he joins the team that he made a name for himself on. So in his first year as a Giant, they make the playoffs at 10-7. I didn't even think about the fact he probably teamed up with Kayvon Thibodeau coming here. Defensively, Lawrence Taylor, 15.5 sacks, leading the team as Kayvon Thibodeau's in 2nd with 12.5. No DPOYs. Chase Young wins it. He's all the way down here in 9th. Kayvon Thibodeau's also in 10th, so like pretty good year for the Giants. I'm gonna sim the wild card round though and watch them probably lose. They actually won when I simulated the wild card round, so see, maybe it's not bad luck. Let's play the divisional one. We might as well. And the Giants defense gets absolutely decimated as they lose 38-20 and are going home in the divisional round. Not a single sack out of either Kayvon Thibodeau or Lawrence Taylor. And there's Lawrence Taylor still in New York at a 90 overall. Kayvon Thibodeau's a 92. He really regressed though to be all the way down to a 90 because I think he was a 96 going into last season. And this will actually be the last year on his contract, year 12. Well, that was a quick decline as they're now 6-11 and missed the playoffs. Oh, yeah, Lawrence Taylor cracks 20 sacks for the first time in his career with 21 sacks, 2 picks, 16 TFLs, and 104 tackles. That is going to be Defensive Player of the Year. And there you have it. For the first time in his career at the age of about 32, I think, Lawrence Taylor is officially the Defensive Player of the Year. And Lawrence Taylor is no longer a New York Giant. Let's see if he went somewhere else or maybe he retired. Lawrence Taylor went to the New England Patriots in his 13th season following his DPOY. And there you have it. DPOY Lawrence Taylor is joined by what looks to be a bunch of auto-generated guys, but he's an 87, still has his X factor. He should be the blitz left end. He is. In his first year in New England, they go 8-9, and the current defending DPOY did not look like he probably has that good of stats because the defense was ranked like 24th. Lawrence Taylor follows up his DPOY season with 12 sacks, 84 tackles, and 15 TFLs. Not his best season, definitely not a DPOY year, but still a good season nonetheless. He was still surprisingly 4th in the DPOY race. And Lawrence Taylor's no longer a New England Patriot now after signing a 1-year deal there, and that's why he retired. As you can see right there, right outside linebacker, Lawrence Taylor enters the Hall of Fame. So he does not end up finishing on the all-time sack list. Sucks, but I also forgot to take a picture of his stats, so that is not gonna happen. We're not gonna get to see that. You go to the legacy score though, you go to right outside linebacker. Lawrence Taylor is number 1 on that list with 2 Super Bowls, 3 championships, and 12 yearly awards that include 1 DPOY, 1 year of best linebacker, and I'm assuming a bunch of other player of the week things. That is going to be it for the video though, guys. If you guys did enjoy, as always, the choice is yours to leave a like or subscribe if you want. With that out of the way though, guys, it was a fun one. I will talk to you all later. Peace out.